So how much does it really cost to own a Bugatti? Hi guys, so I've shown you a lot about my two Bugattis, the joyrides and all the acceleration, but today I want to tell you what it costs to maintain these cars. Everybody knows the upfront cost of the car. These cars go anywhere from $2 million to $3 million. The Chiron is north of $3 million, but the real cost of upkeep is enormous. Just to put it in perspective, Bugatti recommends an oil change and all fluids to be changed once a year. For a Veyron, it runs you about $25,000. Why does it cost $25,000 for oil change and fluid change? Because a normal car has one drainage plug. This car comes with 16 different drain plugs. So, and guess what? They're not easily accessible. The Bugatti technician has to remove the rear wheels, rear brakes, which are much bigger than front brakes, and then the lining on the fenders and underneath lining of the car. All that to get access to those 16 drainage plugs. All the fluids need to be replaced every year because Bugatti wants this car to be at its optimum condition at all times, assuming the driver is going to do 250 miles an hour in this car any given day. So it doesn't just stop there. Now we go to tires. The tires will set you back $38,000, and Bugatti recommends them to be replaced every few years, 2 to 3 years. And then the rims is the painful part. Every 10,000 miles, Bugatti recommends replacing the rims, and that will set you back another $50,000. So let's add this up. $25,000 a year for oil change and fluid change, $38,000 for tires every few years, every 10,000 miles, $50,000 for rims, and you add that up, is about $100,000 for your first 10,000 miles on a Bugatti. And you know, there's a lot of cars you could buy for $100,000. Now, the sad part for me is I got more than one Bugatti. I got the Mansory Bugatti, and then I got my Bugatti Chiron. But I have great news for you guys. The tires and wheels on the Chiron have been replaced, and it only costs $2,000 for tires. So I'm looking forward to spending less on my new Chiron. So I'm starting to add all this up, and I'm starting to wonder, wait a minute, do I really need 3 Bugattis? There's a lot of money, and there's a lot of used cars I can buy with that money. But nothing like owning and driving a Bugatti Veyron. And to be fair, all 3 Bugattis are completely different. This is a Bugatti Mansory 1100, 9 horsepower. You know, it was my first real carbon fiber supercar, and so I have a lot of great memories with it. And then this is, as you know, 1200 horsepower roadster, and one of the Legend series, only 3 made, and again, it's piece of art and is my fastest roadster. And then the Chiron, it's going to be a one-of-one Hermes edition. So it's very tough, I mean, to kind of let go of any of these 3 Bugattis. If I had to sell one, I would probably sell the Mansory Bugatti, because I've put lots of mileage on it, and I'm almost over it. And it just so happens my Vitesse is due for an oil change, so we're gonna take it to the Bugatti service. Let's get my driving gloves on. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to move another Bugatti out of the way. This one's much louder. Got my driving gloves on, my Bugatti jacket. By the way, this is one of my favorite jackets. Keeps me real warm. All right, let's hit the road, Jack. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. Clear skies. So the Bugatti gets serviced at the service department by Bugatti. It's at the Costa Mesa, where they do the McLaren, Lamborghini, and the Bugatti, and believe it or not, Koenigsegg. And I'm blessed because the service department is about 2 or 3 miles from my office, so it's a joyride for me. This car is something else. Honestly, it's just like a private jet on wheels. Don't forget, guys, we gotta warm up the tires. 1200 horsepower gets pretty dangerous when your tires are cold and the roads are wet. Good mother Jesus, wow. Ridiculous. Oh man. Man. Unbelievable.
Gets you every time, huh?
Honestly, yeah. It's just such a different feel than a McLaren P1. You know, McLaren P1 is fast and it spooks you sometimes because it's just super light compared to this car. But this, it just seems like there's no end to the power. And I'm not even pushing it today. It should be on everybody's bucket list to drive a Bugatti at least once and just step on it all the way, pedal to the metal. It's an unforgettable feeling. You know, I once took a Bugatti to dinner in LA and the cost of gas was more than my dinner. You know, my wife's been asking me what I want for Christmas. I think I'm gonna tell her a set of Bugatti tires. She doesn't even know how much they cost. Wait till she gets the invoice. Well, it's Black Friday. I hope they have some Black Friday specials on a Bugatti oil change. Look, everyone in the showroom looking at Lambos, but they turned around looking at a Bugatti. Okay, let's make sure I got everything. Oh, better not leave my pistachios. I don't trust these guys with my pistachios. All right, that was the coolest free ride back from the Bugatti service in this Urus Lamborghini. And now I'm gonna go have some pistachios.